Alright, these are my ingredients that I use to make my potato salad. First, we're going to start off with the potatoes. I use about 6. Normally, I use ones that are just a tad smaller than this, but this is what I have for today. And then I match it with 6 eggs. So you can really make it with however many potatoes and eggs that you want. I always match up for every potato that I use. I've got an egg to go with it. Then we've got our just white vinegar, distilled all-purpose white vinegar, sugar, salt, pepper, mustard, and I use Miracle Whip, but I'm sure if you wanted to use just mayonnaise, that the mayonnaise would work as well. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get the eggs going to boil because they'll take a while to boil and then cool down, as well as the potatoes. But I'm going to peel the potatoes. I've seen it done both ways. I like to peel the potatoes and cut them, which I'll show you how I do that. Growing up and learning how to make it, we just scrubbed off the potatoes and threw them in the pan. And then after they were cooked all the way through, that's when we peeled them. I don't like doing it that way, but that doesn't mean that you can that you have to do it that way. You can do it whatever way you want. So I'm going to start peeling, get the eggs on, and start peeling potatoes. I also got some tools that I use just after making it so many times for so long. I like to find things to make things easier. So instead of chopping the potatoes into little bits, I'll show you how I cut them, and then I use this. It's just like a French fry cutter to cut them into the more bite-sized pieces that we need for potato salad. And then as well for the eggs, I got an egg slicer. So I put the egg in, push it down, swap the egg over, push it down. I'll show you how I work it. Gets the eggs into pieces, and I don't have to take time to slice eggs. So much easier. Okay, now I've got my potatoes peeled, and I'm going to cut them, and I'll slice them, and then I'll cut them in here, and I'll show you just how I do that. I typically like to take it, and I like to cut them like this, and then when I get them cut like that, I'll use this, and I'll just push down on it, and then I'll throw it in there, and that way the potato pieces are about this big. And they're about that big. And that's just the way I like to do it. Again, you can cut your potatoes however you would like. Alright, to cut the rest of the potatoes. All the potatoes diced up, I'm going to add some water to them. And I just add enough water just to cover the potatoes. And I move it over and I put it on the... Alright, I've got the potatoes on with the water. I've got the eggs going, they're boiling. Alright, and while the eggs are going and the potatoes are going, this is the time that I use to make an ice bath for the eggs, as I notice they're easier to peel as soon as I get them into a bath of ice cold water. Done, and they're in the ice bath here. The potatoes are still working, they're not quite done. They should be done here, I would say, fairly soon. For the potatoes, I do like to stir them every once in a while. And I'm looking for, they're still kind of hard, or they're soft all the way through, but not to where they crumble, because we don't want mashed potatoes. But I don't like a hard potato either, that it doesn't look like it was cooked all the way through. So stay tuned. Alright, now that I've got the potatoes cooked, and so they're, I drained them, and now they're just sitting in the bowl to cool down. The eggs are still chilling in the ice bath. I typically won't take those out of the ice bath until I'm ready to peel them and put them directly in the potato salad. but do whatever works for you. Alright, now that the eggs are peeled, I'm going to use my little contraption here. There you go. And just dump it in there. I kind of just mix it up a little bit. And this is where it gets kind of tricky, because I don't measure anything. So the first thing that I do is I just put, depending on how much potato salad I make, I just do a couple drops of vinegar. So probably a couple tablespoons. And then I always can add more if I need to. Generally I don't. It also depends what kind of consistency you like in your potato salad. And then for sugar, I just kind of sprinkle. I don't need that clump, so I'm going to take it out. And I just kind of sprinkle some sugar. And again, you can add more, less. And I just sprinkle some salt and some pepper. And then mustard. I don't use a whole lot of mustard. I just kind of go over it like that. And again, you can always add more if when you taste it, it doesn't taste right. Mayonnaise or the Miracle Whip. I do a couple spoonfuls. A lot of salad dressing. And then I can, again, always add more if needed. And I stir it up. No, we might be good. It's a good batch. Actually, I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit more sugar in there. And that is how you make the potato salad. Now to throw it in the refrigerator to cool.